Lovely people, welcome to another edition of Sexy Sundays, where we answer your questions on relationship, sex, spirituality, and
sex. That was improv the first time. Now I'm kind of canning it. So, sex in everything, really. Everything and anything.
Sex in everything.
Sex on things, off of things, in things, off.
My sexy voice on for you guys today, and only for this episode. I don't know what's happened, but my voice, you guys who were on the Lovenar last Thursday, it started to go a little bit there, so time for silence.
I've been getting sexy voice for a few days.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Sexy.
So what question are we answering today, love?
Yeah, so basically there was a repeated question again and again and again. A lot of you guys wanted to know what to use for birth control if you're not using a hormonal pill or some other, synthetic. And yes, so this is a complex question, so we have a complex answer. Personally, I was on the pill many years ago before my spiritual path, and just like the person who asked the question, I couldn't be on the pill once I jumped on the path because I wanted my body to be in alignment with nature and with its natural rhythm. So I'm going to ask you to do most of the answering here because of my voice. Yeah. The thing with the pill is it's not ideal. Obviously anything you put in your body that's not natural is not ideal. But again, I'm going to just let you jump in here.
Okay.
It's really hard for me to talk right now.
All right. So just kind of in order. So ideally, we're not just being unconscious about our sexual intimacy, and so we're not just going at a place where our first option is either having the baby or abortion out of an unconscious place. So we're making conscious movements. That we're teaching from a place of moving consciously with our lives, not just with sex, but with every aspect of our life. So where we're coming from is teaching from that aspect. So we're not teaching to the masses who don't even know what consciousness or awakening is.
You are conscious. You are awake.
Choosing to be.
You are radiant. Yeah. You are present. Yes.
That's it. So we're speaking to you loves who are choosing to embody consciousness.
And we love you.
To move consciously, to bring more awareness and consciousness into you and every action, step, thought, word, deed that you take, okay?
Yeah.
So, after that, if you're just having sex randomly, we would suggest wearing a condom. So, this is kind of no-brain stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, obviously, if you're just having an affair or... By the way, the word affair does not mean extramarital in the French term. It just means a light, sexy, romantic fling with someone.
No judgment. Just a condom.
Yeah. If
condom
you're making
is the best choice.
Yeah.
That's the most conscious, easy route to go of protecting everybody involved. We don't need to get into that. You've seen every bloody ad on the posters and everything else on the buses. So the second aspect is what we consciously do is we set a very clear intention before we make love individually, and we also reaffirm that if we're around the ovulation period. Ideally, if you're more intimate with somebody, then you may choose to steer clear of the ovulation period if you're choosing not to have a child.
Mm-hmm.
So we're speaking now of birth control, so how to get intimate without having a child.
Yes.
So we make a very conscious, clear decision. We state to the universe what we choose to embody in our lives rather than what we want or don't want. What we choose to embody, and what we choose to embody is Veronica and I and little Stella.
We have our little kitty cat, and we're very content.
Yeah, that's Stella, and that's it. That's our family of three. Yeah. One little hairy being, and then
we parent and love in other ways.
Yes. Yeah. So intention is key, being very clear with what you choose to embody in your life and through that intimacy.
Yeah.
After that?
Yeah, but just what he's saying also I want to add to this. So in other words, when you're setting an intention, it's really important not to say, I don't want this, I don't want to get pregnant, I don't want a baby. All your consciousness is hearing and seeing is a baby, a baby, right. a baby, a baby. Right. So there's no don't. It's just what are you choosing? What are you choosing? So what is the positive side of that?
And it's not even I want to be single and free. It's not, because then you're stating that you're not in that space. So it can get even you're a little off even there. So it's what do you choose? I choose to embody this.
I am embodying
I am
this. Like it's us, and we're happy, and we're peaceful, and we're grateful, and we love the children of the world, but we don't feel the need to bring in another one, and
we're clear.
We're clear.
And just be clear. So if you're not clear, then that can come out. So that's why we go back to the condom thing again.
Yeah.
Now, if you're choosing not to wear a condom, then we're not going to get into all the other choices as far as other Western medical ways and synthetics and other things that you can put into your uterus, etc. We're not proponents of that. We're not opponents, but we're not suggesting that. So you conscious intention. Men, ideally, we're working towards, if we're choosing to elevate our consciousness, less external orgasm. So even if you're going to externally orgasm, then you pull out, and you also are aware of your pre-cum. That's a lot of information.
It's a lot. I mean, you can make a whole video on just that.
So pulling out is a piece. Even if you're wearing a condom, it's better to pull out. Ovulation, we want to kind of be very conscious if you're going to go into intimate actions during that time, that's the high time. That's the highest risk time of having a baby.
So there's actually something that women who choose to get pregnant but they measure their know your cycles, ladies. Like really start tracking your cycles. Get a little moon calendar and just start tracking like when you get your period and when you're ovulating. The way you can figure out how you're ovulating is through, I think it's called Clear Blue or something like that. And basically you just, it's a little pee urine test, and you begin to track what your hormone levels are at different times of the month. So then you can track, okay, this is like the high prime area where I'm, more, I don't want to say susceptible to getting pregnant.
Well, it is,
but
more likely.
So then you just, can stay away from sexy time during that period.
But you can still integrate in intimacy or tantric sex or other things where it's not
there's so many other ways to be intimate. Wow.
Like we're being intimate right now.
Yeah. Just, know.
So, I mean, that really covers it. I don't think we need to go into a lot more. I mean, you use your common sense, and not just your common sense. Go from your heart and really listen and what's in alignment for you.
Yeah.
And then, then explore. Look on Google. You have access to Google. There's more naturopathic remedies that assist, but they're not going to keep it from happening. So you've got to integrate some of the conscious tools that we've spoken about.
Queen Anne's lace, I think it's called. Another term is wild carrot, but someone I trust, said you can't fully rely on that. So again, just, bring in as many pieces as are supportive for you, but...
That sounded like a fart.
It did, but it wasn't.
Okay, that was my foot on the couch. And I do fart sometimes, but I would save that for
why is that
my love.
Funny? Yeah, thank you. So generous. And by the way, like you are the guru. Like the guru lives in you, as you were saying.
Yeah, right.
We were talking about this earlier. Like whether it's us or anyone else who's providing information, use your discernment and follow your instinct and your truth. Because only you know what's best for you.
The inner guru, it's the remover of darkness, which is the remover of ignorance, and into the knowing, into the light, the bringer of light. So you are your light. Your heart knows. Just get silent still, remove the clutter, and just tune in. Is this even being with this partner in alignment for you? Noting that if you're even having a lot of sex, that's going to create a greater likelihood no matter what you're doing as far as preventative. So be conscious. Now, there's other ways, tantric sex, moving in a way where it's not so much this kind of movement. That can go into masturbation, or, so a lot of friction is going to create more likelihood for ejaculation.
Yeah, and so next question, someone asked, should we do it in another video? Or?
No, this is on masturbation.
Jason! Why are you doing it?
I don't know, it kind of looked funny on the screen. Okay, so anyway, what was the question, babe?
Question was, somebody asked from our last video if celibacy, that we were both on celibate before we met, which is a real good way to clear some things out. And we were celibates, and someone asked if that included self-celibacy. So I'm just going to answer this very simply.
Oh, yeah, you're going to answer.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. I'd like to hear.
We're here to answer your questions.
Okay, good. So what was your answer?
My answer was no. I was not self-celibate.
Oh, right.
Well,
I know that now because we did a preview of this video and you said you weren't celibate with masturbating. How often?
This is bothering me right now. I don't know why, but it's annoying. I don't like this.
I guess she's in the hot seat.
I think that's why I have no voice, so I don't have to answer these questions. Meanwhile, we created this, and now look. There's a shy part of me. I'll be honest.
There is, yes. So, okay,
we'll
leave it at that.
What about you?
We'll leave it at that.
No, what's your answer?
Oh, I was going to say we're leaving it at that for you. I'll answer.
Okay.
For me, I'm a fan of not masturbating, and my intention through that time was to not masturbate. Although I did have a motorcycle accident during that time, and I fractured my hip and pelvis, and I actually hit the main artery that's going to my pee-pee, along with my pee-pee. So,
yeah.
So
I love that you just used the word pee-pee.
That's your word. Oh my God! You start to find when you're in a long relationship, yeah, you say pee-pee.
I do.
Then you start to use words that you would never use, but because your partner uses it, you start using it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a whole other story.
I walk around all the time going, "Suck it,"
and you started it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
And now I say it.
Okay.
I would have said that before anyway. Anyway, so back on the topic, I did do one time during that time to test to make sure that things were moving and working down there. Masturbate.
Yeah.
But I didn't come to an orgasm because I just wanted to see that things work. Yeah. And all's good.
All is very, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's good.
And lastly, nothing to do with sex, but someone was like, "You guys, what is that painting behind you?"
Yes. I guess I'm getting ready to have sex.
Ow! So this is the full painting that I bought in Bali years back after India.
Yoo-hoo.
And she's quite beautiful. Yeah, she's amazing in person. And she's a reminder, you know, as all the movement, bubbles, whatever is going on around in our world, when you're still, the heart is constantly blooming and the sanctuary lives within. So we love you guys.
So thank you for your questions. Feel free to ask more on either one of our channels. And,
in the comments you can ask.
And then we'll respond next Sunday as well.
Yes. And this is
and a kiss, a blessing to you. Yes.
Crystal
New
goodness.
Crystal. All right. Well, many blessings. Lots of love.
Okay. Mwah.
God of the light in you.